Given to you the value of x, they want you to evaluate root x. So clearly when they're asking for root, you want to represent it in the form of a square. So have a look at this carefully. Can you write this as a square term? That is what the question is. First of all, I know anything can be written in a square form when I can represent it in the form of a plus b the whole square. All you really need is a square term, another square term, and one of the term has to be the product, the double product of the two terms you're squaring. So I will do one thing. I'll split this 3 into 2 terms. Okay, I can write 3 as 1 and 2. Why am I doing it? Now 1 is a square of 1 itself, correct? 1 is a square of 1, and now 2 happens to be the square of what number? 2 is a square of root 2, okay? Now think about two numbers being squared here, 1 square and root 2 square. In between, to make this a perfect square, what do you have to do is simply multiply the double product of the two. 2 times 1 times root 2 is simply 2 root 2, correct? Now if you look at the question, I splitted that 3 into 2 square numbers, 1 and the square of root 2, and I could write that 2 root 2 as it is, which means this is just an expansion of a plus b the whole square, where my a is 1 and b is root 2. So clearly this is the value of x. If this is x, then the root of x is just to take the number without the square, 1 plus root 2. When I have the value of root x, it's easy to evaluate 1 by root x. That is just to rationalize. And the best part about rationalizing is you have to take the same term but with the opposite sign, and then you divide by the square of the two terms. Square of 1 is 1, square of root 2 is 2. So you have to find the difference at the bottom. I hope you're aware of rationalization. I just rationalized, okay? So what happens is 1 minus root 2 divided by minus 1. I can write this otherwise as, because I have two negative terms, I can write square root 2 was positive and 1 becomes negative. So once we have the value of x, root x, and 1 by root x, question is just asking me to find the difference of the two. So to find the difference, you see, you want to subtract the second one from the first one. So what happens if you're subtracting? Then you want to keep the first term as it is, 1 plus root 2, you want to keep it as it is. And subtracting basically means opposing signs. So for the last term I found out, I'm going to oppose the signs. This simply gives me root 2 cancelled out. The final answer is just 2. That is how you evaluate questions like this without having to spend much time.